In my role as a client coordinator at Acumen Learning, I work with HR heads, I work with VPs, sometimes VP of sales, VP of marketing, VP of finance, CEOs of Fortune 50 companies. And as we're coordinating those training events, I've noticed a trend. And the trend is to more trainings, but shorter. Everybody wants what I would call a snack, or maybe more professional term would be a learning lab or a primer. The challenge I feel like with that is that sometimes people don't recognize that what we do at Acumen Learning is a learning journey. It's something that you can't get in a snack. You can receive the information, but to really understand it and to implement it, to make it part of your knowledge and have wisdom around it requires more than just a 2-hour overview. I think that business acumen is really important to understand industry trends because the 5 drivers are fundamental to all business. And every decision that is made, it might be made based on what the economy is at the time, but you won't know where that's coming from, and what decision you make based on the economy will then affect the other 5 drivers. And so there's always a give and take. And I think sometimes if you go into a decision based on one set of factors, then the other things will maybe have an adverse effect that you don't see coming. And so being able to anticipate what one decision has on the other aspects of your business is really vital. Part of our job is to educate people on the learning process, and the process can include a snack. It can include a 2-hour or a 1-hour overview of the information that we have. But that's not the end of the journey. I've heard it said that listening to information is just that. It's just information. It isn't until you apply it that it actually becomes knowledge that is useful to you and becomes a tool and something that you can implement. I think the other thing that we have to remember is that what you don't use, you lose. I'm a podcast junkie, I think, like everyone else. And everything from how to cook, and I mean, you can watch surgery online, but certainly unless you're practicing it, which I don't recommend unless you've been to school, you would lose it. You know, I could maybe listen to them talk about an artery and explain how it works and what to do with it. But unless I've done it, it's not really a skill set I can own. Business acumen is the same way. It's a skill set that people need to have ownership of. They need to feel comfortable with it. They need to understand the vocabulary that comes along with business. It's its own language, and the language that the CEOs use and the executives use. And once you understand that, that's kind of your step in. You don't know what you don't know before you've learned that. We can introduce a topic to you, but to actually make it a part of you and to have it become knowledge and just information. And what I would think is even more important than that, being able to apply that and really have it change the way you perform in your role and have an understanding of where the company is going. It takes a longer time. It takes some not only just hearing the information, but then applying that and applying it really specifically to your role and to how it applies to your industry and your company within that industry. We've adapted our products and the way we teach to meet that need, but our role is also to educate everyone to recognize that what we do requires more than just a snack.